Hello friends, in our previous lecture we have completed 4th chapter of statistics, and as I said, as per the syllabus this was the last chapter. So in first semester examination you will have 4 chapters for statistics, and the thing which is to be excluded from chapter 2 I will say at the end, and in chapter 3 and 4 we have done only that thing which are coming in the exam. I think 3.2 also is there which is to be excluded. But the things again what is to be excluded I will say in detail after completing the course. Okay, now let's move for accountancy. In accountancy we will have 10 chapters in exam, and we have reached the 5th chapter. So it's little bit hard to complete. I will try my best, but we will not to hurry because I am only going to set your paper, so that's not a problem. So the things which are to be included in the exam I will say in detail, don't worry about that. But the thing which is to be worried is your portion and your studies. The portion which I have completed, you all are writing and sending. Maybe some of you are not sending because I don't know each one personally. But people who are not sending and who are also sending but just for the sake of writing, it's little bit worry for you, because if you will not be able to write the exam properly. Okay, if the exam is at home, then I know how you all are writing, and many of you are writing correctly and many of you are writing by just seeing, and that's I don't want to discuss that thing now. But the thing is that if the exam is in school, then what will you do? Practice is required so much. And if you friends don't take it seriously, then it's again a problem for you people. Okay? Yes. So if you are still not started, start revising. Yeah. Now we are moving for the 5th chapter of statistics. For accountancy. That is business equation. Now, what is this business equation? Accounting equation or business equation. The whole name is accounting equation and business transactions. We have learned to write the journal entry for business transactions. Okay, as per the rules which we have for personal account, for nominal account, and for real account, we have written the rules, and we have seen a chapter previous, that was journal. So we are aware for writing the entry. Now friends, accounting is a step by step we are learning the things. Now at the end of the year, when you are preparing your accounts and you want to know your profit or loss or your status of your business, we are preparing a balance sheet. What is this balance sheet? You will not understand now, you will understand in next chapters. But this balance sheet has 2 parts. That is, one is capital liability side and next is asset side, and both should be equal because we are giving 2 effects to transaction, and as you have seen in journal entry chapter, debit was equals to credit. So here in this chapter, we will have journal entry, plus we will learn what is the effect of assets on liabilities. What are the effects of transaction on asset, on liabilities or on capital. Okay, for that we are learning this chapter. In this chapter only one sum is there which are carrying 19 entries. That type of sum will not be asked. Here only one entry with 2 marks will be asked. 1 marks for journal entry and 1 marks for equation. But still we have 19 continued transactions, so it will take little bit time to complete this sum. One sum we will complete in 2 or 3 days. That's not a problem, but the thing which you have to understand here, that if you are writing any journal entry, then what its effect? What its effect on transaction, on business or assets or liabilities? Okay, for that we are learning. Let's go. What's written? So the first paragraph is actually not required because it is explaining about this balance sheet and all that will come in next chapter. Directly seeing the second paragraph. There are 2 important components of a balance sheet, that is capital and liability, and next is asset. In one side we have capitals and liabilities, and both are considered as similar because liability want to pay in future and capital also we have to pay in future. How? Owner is the giver of capital, so owner is required to have some returns for it. Okay? And next is asset. The final effect of every business transaction goes to above mentioned 2 components of balance sheet, that is capital, liability and assets. As per the norm of double entry system, the total of above mentioned 2 components remains identical, means always the assets should be equal to capital liabilities. According to the terminology of accounting, these 2 components are known as capital and liability and asset side. This can be represented in equation as follows. Assets is equals to capital plus liabilities. In brief, A for asset is equals to C for capital plus L for liability. This is an American method for presentation of accounting transactions. This is a modern approach. Under the traditional approach, on the basis of these rules, initially journal is prepared and finally final accounts are prepared and at last balance sheet is prepared. In accounting equation, effect of transaction is directly given in the balance sheet. Means this is a modern approach to check whether your dual effect is correct or not. Accounting equation and transaction. In equation approach, effect of transaction is directly given to assets and capital liability sides. Prior to this, we have undertaken study of these types of accounts and rules. We have acquired acquaintance about how to write. Acquaintance means learn how to write a journal entry. Keeping these rules in mind, let us understand the equation method. At the time of execution of equation method, equation can be understood easily if business transactions are classified. We have seen previous chapter according to the classification of transaction, only same thing is there, but here we will have all the entries together. Transactions related to goods. Goods related transactions are purchase, sales return and outward of goods in other form. Revenue and expense related transactions, rent received, commission received, dividend received are included in revenue. Salary, wages, advertisement expense, administrative expense are included in expenses. Asset purchase transactions, purchase sales transaction. Then transaction related to borrowing of funds and lending of funds. There can be following effect: A is equals to C plus L. And there are different types of transaction. Increase and decrease in A only means asset only. Increase decrease in AC, increase decrease in AL, increase decrease in CL. We are seeing the illustration how we are seeing one or two transactions how they are writing. Okay. See question they have given and how they are writing the entry. Transaction and journal entry. Brought 50,000 and commenced the business. We are starting the business by bringing in 50,000. So we should know the journal entry first. If the journal entry is wrong, then your effect also will be wrong. So whenever we are bringing cash into business, cash is coming in, owner is the giver. So cash account debit to capital account. Our entry would be cash account debit to capital account. Now first the important thing is that you should know what is cash. Cash is asset or cash is liability or what is that thing. That we have learned in first chapter a terminology only. That cash is type of current asset. Okay, you have to just remember it is asset. Current, non-current, not required. So cash is the asset. So it will have effect on asset side. Now on page number 111, see continue. First they have written journal entry and they are showing the effect. Cash is asset, so on asset side cash 50,000. Owner is the giver of capital. Capital and liability we have different things. So capital, on capital side we have written 50,000. Liability is nothing. Now A is equals to C plus L. A is 50,000, C is 50,000 and L is 0. So 50,000 is equals to 50,000 plus 0. Now in such a way you have to write in exam. I will ask one question and you have to give its two effects. But what is the difference here, you know? There are so much transactions. So previous thing is brought down and then again effect is given. But we will not have like these things in exam. Okay? Furniture purchased for 10,000. Now we are purchasing a furniture for 10,000, no name is given, so we have paid the money. Furniture is asset, furniture is coming in, so furniture will be debited and cash will be credited because we have paid the cash. Now friends, furniture is asset, so on asset side we will show furniture, see 10,000. We have paid cash for it. We have brought cash, so cash is coming in, asset is increasing. We have given the cash, so cash will decrease. So see 50,000 minus 10,000 for furniture, so cash is now 40,000. 10,000 for furniture, so 50,000, no effect on capital and liability. So capital 50,000, liability 0. Again this is same. So the difference is that in question, in exam we will have one question, so you don't have to see the previous transaction. Here you have to see one previous transaction and we have to write the things. Only this is the thing. But the important thing is journal entry. Okay, if you are not understanding this chapter, then also it's not a problem because it is for 1 marks. You understand the concept. You don't buy out the transaction. Okay, that's not a problem if you are not understanding the topics. Important thing from this chapter we will again learn once time journal entry and we will give some effects to the transaction. Okay, so let's write the name of chapter. Let's directly start the sums. There is nothing much important here. Okay. So chapter number 5. Accounting equation and business transactions. For that we will write accounting equation. Assets is equals to capital plus liability. For that you should know, friends, the terminology. If you are not aware of the terminology, please refer chapter number 1, that 46 words. Then only you may learn this and next coming chapters. So at any time if you are not understanding any of the word, then please refer chapter number 1. This is my advice. A is equals to C plus L. Keep it in box. Method 2. Write the sum. What is the method to write the sum? First, write journal entry. Next, near to it, show its effect as A is equals to C plus L. Okay. Now let's start. Okay. But one more thing I may say, friends. We will write the sum in such a way that both sides of our page are used. See how they are written for every page. So if you are having this page now, then your one part will be here and one part will be there. This is not okay. If you are having such a page, then come to the fresh page for solving the sum. This you can write continue. This is 5th chapter. So where you have completed 4th chapter, that is okay, and next page you are writing this thing. Now for solving the sum, you should have page like this. So if you are not having the page like this, then please come to that page and leave this page. Understood? Don't do this stupidity that one thing here and next thing here. So what you should do, understand me, you need a page, 2 page like this to solve the sum. Okay, when the page is over, we will again take 2 page. But here it will be journal entry and here it will be effect. We don't have to write this effect, cash comes in order. Simply we will write in first page journal entry and nearest page we will write the A is equals to C plus L equation. Okay, so you should have this page now for writing the sum, this page, not this page. Okay, I will see when you are all sending the photos. Okay, yeah. Come to page number 125. We are having only one sum which are having 19 transactions. So exercise, and in that question number 2, you should have this page and this is page 2. Okay, so this is page number 1 and this is page number 2. You don't have to write page 1, 2, but I am just showing that this is page for journal entry and the near page is for effect. So this is page 1 and this is page 2. So how you will do, let you see first what I am doing. Now this page number is wrong. So here in this page, heading should be given. Write journal entries and capital for following transaction, explain accounting effects. Okay, no name is to be given. Directly, date, particulars, LF number, debit rupees, credit rupees. So see, this is your page 1. In page 1 this much thing should come. And near to it we will have our page 2, where we will have assets A, capital C, liability L. Okay, so this is page 1, this is page 2, both should be together. One should not be here and next should not be on the next page. So this thing is required. First page, second page. First page, second page. Okay. So here we will write entry and here we will write thing. Okay. Commenced business with capital of 80,000. We are starting the business with a capital of 80,000 rupees. Cash is coming in, owner is the giver, so the entry will be, there is no date, so numbers are given. Number 1, cash account debit to capital account on debit and credit 88,000. Narration is also required, being cash brought to commence the business. So you will get 1 mark for writing this entry. Now for showing the equation you will also get 1 more marks. So asset is equals to capital plus liability. Now first you should know, on basis of what is debit and what is credit, you should know what is cash. Cash is asset, capital or liability, so cash is asset. So here it will come. Then capital is capital itself. Okay. So cash is coming in, cash is in the business. So cash 80,000. And capital is also coming. Capital is coming through what? Through cash. This you should clear. We can bring capital through asset or goods or cash. We have brought through cash. And there is no liability, so dash. Okay. So see, cash is coming in business and owner is the giver of capital. Okay. So make total 80,000. 80,000. Now we can check 80,000 is equals to 80,000 plus 0. That is 80,000. So make 2 lines. Here nothing. And after completing the whole transaction, a continue line should be on both the page. A continue line should be on both the page. Let space will be left here, okay? Because this will carry more space. So a continue line is required for both the page. So this is the method, right? The transaction. But in exam we will have only one transaction, 1 mark for here, 1 mark for here, 2 marks. This chapter is over. But we are having different types of transactions, so you should know how to write this thing. Okay. Rupees 20,000 deposited with bank and opened account. We are depositing the cash into bank. So bank is the receiver of our cash and our cash is going out. So bank will be debited and cash will be credited. So bank account debit to cash account. Amount 20,000. B. deposited in bank. Being cash deposited in bank. Now, again you should know, bank is our asset, so on asset side. Cash is also our asset, so on asset side. So nothing effect will be given here. But bank is the receiver, so bank balance is increasing, and cash is going out, so cash balance will decrease. So bank balance is increasing, and previously there was no bank, so directly we are writing bank balance 20,000. Now cash is decreasing. Directly we cannot show 20,000. We have to show cash was 80,000. Cash was 80,000, and now it is decreased. Now minus deposited in bank 20,000. So remaining cash would be 60,000. Okay, this thing only is to be understood. So in exam sometimes I will give directly that we are having cash of 80,000, we are having capital of 80,000, and we are not having a liability, and directly I will give this transaction. That bank account, directly I will give this transaction, we are depositing the money in bank. So you will write this answer, bank account debit to cash. Now as I have said, we have only previous cash in our books. So cash is 80,000. So bank balance is coming, bank is 20,000, and we are having cash of 80,000 in our books, previous transaction, and we are depositing 20,000 in bank. So cash was 80,000, we have deposited 20,000 in bank, so cash remaining is 60,000. So I will give only one transaction, but I will give previous details, because previous details are required, and sometimes I will not give previous details, directly I will give a transaction and you will show the equation. So these are two types of questions which I can give in exam. That I will give previous details, I will give a transaction. So you have to show its effect. Now see, compare with previous, cash is came, previous capital was there, so capital also will be there here, 80,000, and there was no liability, so there was no liability. Now take the total, 80,000, write the total in same line, 80,000, and here nothing will be there, take two lines, again 80 plus 80 and plus 0. 80 is equals to 80 plus 0. So again our transaction is over, so make a line. So now friends, you have some 5% idea. Now I can give the detail like this, that we are having bank balance 20,000, we are having cash balance 60,000, and I will give the next transaction. So this is also possible. So I can give any of the question from these 19 questions, and I will give the previous answers detail. I will give the previous detail that we are having this much cash and we are having this much bank. Now attempt this transaction. So you have to write the journal entry. Now while writing here in these three columns, you should compare the previous information. Okay? Now we are going for the transaction. Goods of 40,000 purchased from Himani on credit. We are purchasing the goods from Himani on credit. Goods are coming in, purchase will be debited. Now we have not paid the money, Himani was just the giver of the goods, so Himani should be credited. Okay? Yes. Purchase account debit to Himani account, amount 40,000. B. Goods purchased from Himani on credit. Yes. We are having purchase of goods, so goods are coming in. Goods are our asset. So you should write here goods, and in bracket you will write purchase. 40,000. Moreover, we have not paid the cash, we will pay in future. So the things which we are paying in future is our liability. So Himani will be our liability. So on liability side, Himani, how much we have to pay to her? 40,000. Okay, so this is the status. Whenever you are purchasing the goods, goods are coming in, that is our asset, and if we are selling the goods, then we have to subtract from here. Okay, and we have not paid the amount. If you had paid the amount, amount, then cash would be decreased. But we are not paying the amount, we will pay in future. Now the remaining things will be same. So see the previous transaction. If I am giving the details, bank balance will remain as 20,000 only. Cash balance will remain as 60,000 only because we have not increased or decreased the cash, and capital would be 80,000 only. Okay, so first give the effect which is here. Then write the previous things what I have given. Previous things, bank is this much, cash is 60,000, not 80,000, and capital is this much. Now make the total again. 40 plus 20, 60, 60 plus 60, 1,20,000 is assets, capital is 80,000, liability is 40,000. So you can check, 1,20,000 is equals to 80 plus 40, 8 plus 4 is 12. So both sides are again equal. Okay, so this way you have to write. Goods of 30,000 purchased for cash. Same transaction but one change. Here we have purchased the goods on credit, we are paying in future, so it is our land. Now we are purchasing the goods, goods are coming in, so purchase will be debited, but we are paying cash immediately, so cash will be credited. Okay. So purchase account debit to cash account 30,000. B. Goods purchased on cash. Yes. Now again the effect. We are again purchasing the goods, so goods are coming in, goods will increase. Goods were 40,000, now goods will increase. So goods were 40,000, again new goods are coming, plus purchase 30,000. So now total we have goods of 70,000 in our business because 40,000 was previous and 30,000 we are purchasing now, so 70,000. Moreover, cash is going out because cash is credited, cash is going out because we have paid the cash. Cash was 60,000 minus purchase. We have purchased the goods for 30,000. So it will be 30,000. So we have purchased the goods, goods are coming in, so goods will increase 40 plus 30. We have paid the cash, we have cash 60,000, we have paid, so cash will decrease. Now the remaining things will be same. See, goods have come, bank has not come, so we have to write the bank as same 20,000 and cash has already came. See the things which we have not written. See, goods we have written, bank we have not written, so I have written, and cash we have already written. Now capital we have not written, capital is 80,000 only, and again Himani we have not written, again Himani is 40,000 only. So the things which are having no effect should be written as it is. Now again we are taking the total 70 plus 30, 1 lakh plus 20, 1,20,000. Here again it is 80,000 and here it is 40,000. So again we may check 1,20,000 equals to 80 plus 40 is again 1,20,000. So this is the way to write transaction. I hope all are getting the things. The first and foremost important thing is your journal entry. If you know the journal entry, you can know this thing. And you give the effect which are coming and which are same, right, as it is. So suppose now in exam, I am asking this fifth question. In exam, I am asking this fifth question. Then I will give this much details that we are having goods of 70,000. I will not give this detail. I will just give we are having goods of 70. We are having cash of 30. We are having bank of 20. We are having capital of 80 and we are having money of 40,000. Now you see the next transaction and give the journal entry and give its effect. Yes. Now an important transaction is coming. Goods of 35,000 are sold for 55,000 to Justin on credit. See, in previous chapter we were not seeing the profit and loss because that was not actually required. Now this thing is actually required. That goods of 35,000 are sold to Jocelyn for 55,000. So friends, you should know one thing. Goods are going out for 35,000 only. So we are giving goods for 70,000. Goods are going for 35,000 only because here it is clearly given that goods of 35,000 you will sell for profit only. No one will incur loss. So from your shop, goods are going for 35,000 only. So sales will be credited with 35,000. We are giving the goods to Jocelyn. Jocelyn is just getting the goods. Jocelyn is just receiver of the goods. She is not paying any cash. So Jocelyn will be debited. So Jocelyn will be debited with 55,000. Sales will be credited with 35,000. And the remaining 20,000 which is on credit side, that is our profit. Why it is our profit? Because 55,000 we have sold and 35,000 was the actual amount. So 20,000 is our profit. So in previous chapter this transaction have not came. In previous chapter such transactions were not there, only simple transactions were there. Now from this chapter you are learning some new transaction also. So you will get more knowledge about journal entry chapter also. So again I will repeat, goods are going for 35,000 only. So sales will be credited with 35,000. Jocelyn is getting the goods of total 55,000. So Jocelyn debit with 55,000. So on credit side remaining it is 20,000, that is our profit. And always remember, losses are debit, profits are credit. Yeah. Jocelyn account debit to sales account to profit on sale of goods account. Now, goods are going out for 35,000, so credit sales with 35,000. Credit sales account with 35,000. Sales 35. Jocelyn is getting for this 55,000. So debit Jocelyn with 55,000. And remaining is the profit. So 55 minus 35, 20,000 is our profit. So on debit side of Jocelyn 55, credit side of sales 35 and profit 20,000. B. Goods of 35,000 sold to Jocelyn for 55,000. Okay, so we have sold goods of 35,000 for 55,000 to Jocelyn. Now what is the effect? Actually Jocelyn has to give the amount to us, but we are not getting any cash, so cash is not coming in. It will come in future. So Jocelyn will pay the amount in future. So we will receive it in future, so it is receivable. If we have to pay in future, that is our liability. If we have to receive in future, that is our asset. Okay, so we will write Jocelyn 55,000. And in bracket we will clear receivable. Here we don't have to clear payable because liabilities are payable, we know, but receivables are assets, that is included in assets only, but here clearly heading is only asset is given, so we have to clear receivable. Because we have sold the goods, we have to receive in future, so Jocelyn receivable 55,000. Here we are not writing payable because we know that we have purchased the goods and we have to pay in future, that is liability, but we have receive in future, you remember that is our asset. Okay, so Jocelyn effect is given. Now sales credit means goods are going out. So goods were 70,000 minus sales, and in bracket I will write cost 35,000. Why we are showing the cost? Because our goods are going for 35,000 only, but we are selling for more amount. So 70,000 goods were there, 35,000 cost price we have sold, so 35,000 is remaining goods. Now profits and losses. The profits which we are getting or the losses which we are taking or the incomes and expense we are getting, we will all show it as capital because these profits and losses are of owners only. These profits and losses are of owners only. So we have to give the effect in capital. So capital previously was 80,000 plus profit on sale of goods 20,000. So now capital would be 1 lakh and Imani would be same 40,000. Okay, let's now we have given the effect for all. Jaslin, we have to receive the amount in future, so it is receivable on asset side. Sales, goods are going out but of cost price only because our goods are going for 35,000. And profit, all the profits, losses, incomes and expense are shown in capital. Now see the things which we have left. Goods have came, goods have came. Okay, don't see this purchase. Okay, this is effect is given in goods. Goods have came. Now cash has not come. So right, cash is how much? Show the net balance only 30,000. Then bank, we have to still write 20,000. Capital has came, Imani has also came. Now take the total. 55 plus 35 is 90. 90 plus 30, 1,20,000 plus 20, so 1,40,000. Here total is 1 lakh and here it is 40,000. So check all is correct or not. 1,40,000 is equals to 1 lakh plus 40, so 1,40,000 only. So again line. So friends, we have completed 5 transactions. That's okay for today. We have seen 5 transactions and its effect. That is actually okay for today. Now tomorrow we will continue for 6th transaction, and again I will write these details because tomorrow we have to continue the same sum and these details are actually required. Okay? Yes, and total also we have to remember, so I am writing the total anywhere. 80,000, 20,000, 40,000, 30,000, 55,000, 225. 80,000, 20,000, 40,000, 30,000, 35,000, 20,000, 225. So till now total is 2,25,000. So I am writing them because at last we need total also. Okay friends, so this all for today. We will tomorrow see the 6th question. Thank you so much.